Hello, people. Don't know what you got until it's gone. In so many cases, huh? Quick note today. Maybe, we'll see. You know, I can't really do that. I can't really do a quick note to save my fucking life. Dude, healing journey and shit like this. Healing from PTSD, especially like CPTSD, and the place where I got to like 4 years ago with the level of stress and trauma, and my life bottomed out in a way that it never has before. I think really not even in my addiction. I had no idea, like, being this incapacitated for this long, under so much stress, life-threatening illness, life-threatening events, being attacked from every direction, legal, financial, spiritual, defamation campaigns, like, and then the worst of the worst happening right in the midst of all this in late 2024. Going into a place of just finally you know, in trauma responses. Stay right here. Thank you. Don't go meet that doggy. I know you want to play. No. in stress response, it's like the informal. The informal is kind of like fight, flight, and then more recently they've discovered like freeze and fawn. And collapse is like kind of the ultimate. It's what happens to your body kind of just before death. Your immune system, your nervous system, and your organs just start shutting down. And I didn't realize I had spent my entire life in fight or flight ish mode, thinking it was like, you know, I had ADHD and drank massive amounts of caffeine, and then drug and alcohol addiction and all these things. But you know, when I started digging into all this a couple years ago, I was like, oh wow, this is what that actually was. It was fight or flight. And then learning about trauma as I was being subjected to untold, unspeakable amounts of fresh trauma by people who know better. 2:45 is not going to be a short. So remember what you think about it. What do you think about it? Are you still on play? Are you thinking about it? You fucking land shark. She's a fucking land shark. You gotta watch out for those toothiness. You gotta watch out. Stay right here, please. Little sniffer there. She's on duty. A lot of my nervous system healing is because of this girl right here. And a lot of the reason I survived. And a lot of the reason the final attacks happened as they did. These fucking people, man. These fucking people. Disability targeting and hate crimes and you name it, dude. You name it. I've been subjected to it over the past 4 or 5 years, and being drugged through it daily still right now. So I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to fucking heal and rebuild my nervous system at the same time while being subjected to like incomprehensible levels of stress fucking daily. Right at the same time. So it makes it really difficult. It makes it, you know, well nigh impossible. I'm doing it anyways. God's doing it anyways. God's doing it for me, with me, through me. Through my friends and my soul tribe. Thank you very much. I fucking love you guys. Love you, Kara. You bad motherfucker. You're such a badass, dude. You're such a badass. But it's just crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy trying to heal from shit. So it's like I'm you know, I'm making little bits of progress here and there. Jumps and fits, jumps and starts. Trying to do what I can not to reactivate the whole stress spiral and bottom out and collapse, but most of the stuff that I have to deal with, do that right when I start, right when I'm, you know, working on documents, reading, researching, etc. for, you know, all this legal legal fucking morass, nightmare quicksand that these people have developed for us. just doing what I can, you know. That's all I can fucking do right now. And keep trying to find somebody that can, you know, do their job. Public officials, professionals, etc. You know, they're few and far between in my experience, and especially during this season when I've needed them most. And I know part of this is also God is like showing me that I can do anything, even things, seemingly impossible things, on the surface. And that's what I've been called to do. That's what I chose to come here for. But I'm not loving the process. I'm not loving the process. Fucking A. But as I've been healing my brain from this PTSD and this, just because I was in like much of the past 3-4 years, like freeze and collapse, where in acute PTSD it's like dissociation, where your mind just kind of goes blank. And so I've had these like long stretches where my body shuts down, my lungs are like shut, I'm not breathing, my whole body is clenched up, every muscle in my body, everything is like physiological, complete fucking shutdown and dissociation. There's like blank, complete blank in the brain, or it alternates with going like 300,000 miles per second, like way too fast to actually like think or fucking do anything, you know. Yeah, that's kind of been the fucking extremes for me over recent years. Trying to get redress for all of this, trying to heal, but like even doing the research and reaching out to people and doing all the things and getting rejected one place after another, or having, you know, like I shouldn't be the one needing to let doctors and therapists and psychiatrists and you know, people of these people that I'm trying to get help from, I shouldn't be the one needing to let them know the state of science right now of like what's currently known medically about PTSD, CPTSD, nervous system, immune system injuries, etc., 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 ad infinitum, ad nauseum. I'm the one seeking help. If I'm teaching them how to do their job and how to stay current with fucking research, they should be paying me not only their hourly rate, but as a fucking consultant, which is several $1,000s an hour minimum, which is what I was starting to do before this fucking giant ball of shit exploded in my life. Thanks, narcs. It's pretty fun changing your fucking diapers for you now that they've exploded all over this entire fucking decade and fucking wrecked my life and my daughters. That's gonna be fun, cleaning that one up for you. Coming out of this black hole, coming out of this giant fucking tar pit of CPTSD and total collapse, mental disability, physical incapacitation, everything. This is where I've been for the past 4 years. Everything. I'm not getting into it. I've gotten into it enough. Having the final betrayal from the people I should have been able to trust the most in the entire fucking world. These people joining in on this whole fucking thing because some fucking narrative in their little pea brains, their little BPD fucking narc pea brains. All of these things just add to and compound the nervous system injuries and the daily stress of, you know, being like stalked and harassed and surveilled, etc., ad nauseum by these fucking people, not having any safety, location, etc., etc., like with the basic human fucking needs. These people doing what they can to make sure that I'm not able to access those, and or sending in upwards of a dozen people at this point to take my life. It's not pretty. It's not fucking pretty, man. Sounds like something out of a fucking horror flick. Hollywood. You know, it's Hollywood level shit. That's really weird. But this is what narcissists do. This is what they do. They delight in torture at varying levels. That's what they do. That's what they are. So I'm trying to pull out of this, and it's like getting these little glimpses of hope and light and coming up for air and feeling good in certain moments, and then like, cool, I can get back on track and start doing these things again that I was doing, like business-wise, etc. Management, coaching, consulting, high level, high money, high income things. and realizing that so much of my capacity is like, it's been fucking obliterated. Hopefully not permanently, because I know like I've been through some big quantum jumps lately, but I'm nowhere near healed. You know, it's not like I'm back at my fucking capacity of where I could be right now or where I should be had none of this stuff happened a few years ago. You know, and on one level, I'm sure it's all for the best, because I needed to learn about fucking NPD and all this other stuff and the truth of these disorders in my family. But also like learning about my own trauma and starting to heal from all of that. That happened in the midst of all of this. And I don't know that it would have if all this shit hadn't gone the way that it did and had my family involved in everything else. So, you know, we live and we learn, day at a time right now, but God fucking damn is it a rough season still. And it's like, I want to be moving on and healing and getting justice and, you know, getting my daughter and you know, being in a safe place and starting to deal with these cast of characters as they should be dealt with appropriately. Should have been years ago. Should have been fucking years ago. Trying to move on, trying to heal, trying to maintain or obtain any kind of safety daily still, and unwinding my fucking nervous system, sometimes a breath at a fucking time still in this season. There's like all of this shit that I want to be doing, building, creating. And you can't fucking create, dude. You can't access creativity and all this other stuff when you're in this state of fucking stress and PTSD and collapse and fight or flight and all of this other shit that's so active in my fucking life still. The higher functions, executive function, attention span, all of these things are compromised or fucking destroyed by the stuff that I'm going through right now. Healing from, yes, but I'm still being subjected to all of this fucking shit relentlessly, you know. It's funny, some of these clowns that they've sent in, you know, they'll send these people in with scripts because they're trying to get me just to like drop everything and run away and pretend that my daughter doesn't fucking matter, that because they don't understand that that love is the actual thing. They do understand, and they know it because, you know, their backgrounds in education, but they don't fucking care because they don't actually have a felt experience of what love is. So it's not actually real to them. It's conceptual. But they'll send people in and try to get me to go this way and that way and drop all this stuff and ignore the reality of my life and my education and everything that I've been doing for 30 years plus, especially the past 20, and my fucking college degree and everything else I've been doing. They act like they come in with these scripts as though none of that happened. Oh, just go over here, go over there, go over here. And that's all they want is control. Power and control and domination. They want to tell people what to do and how to do it. And they don't want to be told on. They don't want anybody to tell on them their actual fucking crimes. That would be very bad, right? Very messy. Fucking narcs. They're so fucking stupid, man. It hurts, dude. It hurts. It fucking hurts. But I'm trying to heal, dude. I'm trying to fucking heal. And I am. And it's a pain in the fucking ass right now. It's a pain in the fucking ass. And I'm really grateful for this little girl and my blood, my fucking child, little girl, that all of this is for. I'll never stop fighting for her as long as I'm alive. which all these people know. That's the biggest thing that they fucking hate more than anything else is what they fucking hate. And they could have just dropped everything years ago because they know that that's the core. They know that that's what it all comes down to. It's not like any of them want anything to do with her. They're fucking narcs, dude. They hate children and all other living things. But, you know, it's a convenient narrative, especially the golden uterus mother. You know, for a lot of narcissistic mothers, they love being the golden uterus and make everyone think that they're the best thing that ever happened to motherhood, and, you know, how the angels sing their songs of praise and how wonderful they are and all this shit. And then behind closed doors, as any of you that have dealt with narcissistic mothers know, it's quite another story, isn't it? It's quite another story. Fucking opposite land. Anyhow, I know I haven't been posting as much on here. I've got a lot of videos. I've got a lot of videos from recent weeks, but it's been a big quantum jump, and a big quantum jump in healing, and just being mindful with things, and mindful with my own healing, continued healing, attainment towards healing, moving towards healing, a breath at a time, a day at a time, often. But I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all the humans here on the channel, all the non-NPD, all the non-spies, non-goblins who are actually here. Thanks for being here, and I know a lot of you have similar stories too. So I'm giving you a big digital hug, huggy hugs, man. Hopefully we can all connect. You know, one of the many things I was working on before, when I was able to work on such things, is putting together some conferences, both for NPD abuse and recovery, and healing, and also more recently, like for intuitive and astrology and tarot and healers, because I found so many cool people in the past like 2 years that kind of in this arena, and it's a big part of what saved my life. You guys here on YouTube, creators and artists and visionaries. Yeah, I'm you know, integrating that in with things that I'm doing, hopefully, and putting together some online and hybrid and in-person events, because that's it's part of my work. It's near and dear to my heart. And I would love to have a chance to meet a lot of you people, and a lot of the people that are on the channels of some of the ones who I love a lot and have helped me and literally helped save my life over the past few years. So I've reached out to a few of you on here, and will be again in the weeks or months ahead. But wishing you all the best in your healing process as well, and legit thanks for being here, for the people that have watched and subscribed and liked and commented and all these things. I know it's a very teeny tiny little channel right now, and I don't know if I'm planning on growing this channel specifically, because there's a lot of ways to make money on YouTube and just in the world as well. And I'm not totally sure what form my coaching practice or practices are going to take. You know, I'm looking at doing like legal consulting as well too, now that I'm getting a degree in law. And I'm starting a nonprofit to help fathers that are, you know, in similar situations to mine, dealing with narcissistic, abusive ex-partners, women. Wow, that's a eucalyptus, I think. Must come from across the street. It's really hard for men, you know, because the assumption in our society is that men are the abusive and violent ones, but many men have had the experience of being on the receiving end of that, having no recourse because of that assumption, and then being with somebody who's crazy and fucking violent, and then preemptively goes and does a bunch of shit in court so that the men end up losing the children and oftentimes their job and livelihood and all kinds of shit because they wouldn't just buckle and grovel and pretend to be the bad guy. Consulting, nonprofits, there's so much work, there's so much fucking work to do in the world, man. I'm really fucking bummed out that I've been taken out of the game, had my capacity just fucking destroyed for so long. These past 4 years, dude, it's been a nightmare of unmitigated proportion. Not only losing everything, but then becoming unable to fight back, and then unable to, like, I'm just trying to get my freaking shit back up right now, physically, psychologically, nervous system injuries, immune system collapse, fucking everything all at once, dude. And a whole gaggle of people trying to make sure that doesn't happen, that I don't get back up and just become able to, like, be fucking basic, functioning, normal human being in the world, creating things like most human beings want to be. Not like narcs. They only want to steal, kill, and destroy. At the end of the day, it's their entire game: steal, kill, destroy, and then scream about their fucking victimhood from the rooftops or wherever they can get some airwaves. It's pretty easy these days with social media. Create these whole fucking false universes, false personas. Or dozens of them if they need to. The BPD ones especially like doing that. They'll have fucking separate lives all over the place. Hundreds more in their own fucking little pea brains too, but over it. Hope you guys are having a good week. I love you. Probably need to just give her own channel, dude. Every time I post something with her, dude, we get thousands of views and a bunch of new subscribers, and then when they watch my actual, when they watch anything else on my channel, stuff about cluster B disorders and abuse and the astrology and the tarot and everything else, they disappear again just as quick. Gotta stay focused, dude. Not everybody has ADHD and creative superpowers, which, even incapacitated, I guess, I'm still working with a lot of gifts, so watch out for land sharks. Watch out for land sharks. Ay, ay, ay. Love you guys.